There it was. Had a bit of an issue there for a moment. I expect it won't be the last issue this evening. I'm trying something new. Instead of coming up with a topic and then inevitably going off on a tangent and not staying on topic, I'm going to try and achieve a flow state, a nice stream of consciousness, a level I can get to where things will just, like, knowledge, just interesting stuff is just going to come out of my mouth. It's going to be fascinating to watch if it works. But the irony is it'll probably be more fascinating to watch if it fails. As we all know. Yeah, I had a bunch of stuff. I haven't had the time to read through everybody's submission. But of course, the submission for the writing extravaganza is closed. I got a lot, and I'm excited about that. But it's been hard, honestly, for me to manifest excitement much lately. Look at this. That's not aesthetically pleasing, is it? Oh, what did I do? I made it worse. Oh no, there's another one. This is where I accidentally nick my jugular live on stream. Oh, that other one is where it is. No, now it's, of course, it's going to stick out now. I can't go on with it. Can't live with you. Messing up my shabby chic aesthetic. It's a problem. I like the scissors. They sounded better, I think, when I first got them. Now that I've actually used them to cut things, they might be a little bit, they might get on people's nerves a little bit. They don't have that nice, clean sound they did. Maybe if I'm cutting something, but therein lies the second irony. I cut things with them, and after I cut things with them, they become less pleasant to listen to unless I'm cutting more things with them. It is an addiction. There's a fly in here. This is what my flow state has accomplished. A full 5 minutes and 52 seconds into the stream. There's a fly in this room because of all the lights. That's going to bug the heck out of me too. I think that's the problem. When I get into like an introspective state with nothing to distract me, I just start to concentrate on little annoying things like flies and loose threads in a $10 Gap or Amazon hoodie that I actually bought this hoodie to be a secondary color for this chair. And works very well for that, but doesn't work so great as a hoodie. Anyway, cheers, everyone. Shit. I got to be better with the... You think my technique would be better by now? Technique is not better. I get Coke on the mixer. Then I wonder why the pots make noise or get stuck. How's everyone doing tonight? Let's see. Let's see how everyone's doing tonight. There's a way to check this. Everyone is hydrated. Hello, Butterfly Composer, Pavi, Q. So Q, are you working tonight, Q? I saw on the Discord that you were going to have to be working Wednesday nights. Lexi, Colorful Dreams. Elxie, how are you doing? Excuse me. KJ, hi, how are you doing? Oh, you answered my question before I asked it. It is a bummer. This is not true. Great, I would love that. That would be fantastic. Hi, LQ, how are you doing? Chels, how are you doing? I always feel a little better when I see that face. Say what you will about Paul McCartney. There is quite a look of joy in that face. And it's a bit infectious. No, that's not what I want to do. Stop doing what? No. Pay attention to me. Oh, this thing is annoying me. Oh, literally as I'm resizing. It should know, I understand it has an auto timeout, but it should know if I'm resizing it, not to fade it out. Look at that. It's got look at those eyelashes. Don't tell me there wasn't some product put on those eyelashes. Lirio, how are you doing? Lisa, how are you doing? Flaglow. Pavi, yeah, you gotta turn up your volume if you want to hear stuff. Tonight, you probably won't miss anything. It's been a rough week. Ava, hi, how are you doing? I'm saying the same damn thing to everybody. Celine, writer of minds. Let's look at that. That's interesting. 20-sided die and some people and an eyeball. I like it. Oh, Misfit Patchwork. You're in danger of becoming a regular. Oh, Levy, how are you doing? Oh, good luck with your work meeting. I also had work meetings go late tonight, which was, contributed somewhat to my rather... Old Man Hiver, hi, to my rather dour mood this evening, I think. For me, it's cockroaches. I'll kill a cockroach. I might kill a fly. I try not to, but I don't feel particularly bad about killing flies. And I no longer feel bad when I accidentally step on a cicada, that's for sure. Cinnaloon, oh, thank you for the update there. Now we gotta resize this. That's too bad about Ms., but we have you. Oh, no, do not start sandwich funds. I appreciate that, Misfit, but this stream especially is non-deserving. Anyway, I've gotten a bunch of entries. I've read some of them, and they're all great. Like, I have not read one yet that I haven't been impressed by. I'm sure someone will disappoint me shortly. That's a joke. So they've all been really good. I have not read them all. I don't need to read them all before doing the giveaway because it's not based on merit. It's based on participation, which I'm not one of those, nothing should ever be competitive kind of people. But in this case, I just wanted to, well, the point of this endeavor was to get people just to write stuff. And, maybe expose any unknown budding writing geniuses out there, or perhaps budding novelists who just needed a little push in the right direction in order to start. People who had low self-esteem thought that they couldn't do it. So, starting with something small. I do eat a lot of sandwiches. I saw a tweet the other day that was one of those, this reminds you of childhood, and it was a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup. And I had literally just had one of those. So I'm basically eating and drinking almost the same stuff I have my entire life. Perhaps that's why I always feel like shit. So, if people want to call in, I don't have anything to talk about. Let's think for a minute. What happened this week? Let me get into it. All right. There was a valedictorian who preempted her speech to talk about the state's ruling in Texas that could go to the Supreme Court and ultimately be a danger to Roe v. Wade. I once again attempted to sit through, it's only a 40-minute video. I attempted to sit through a 40-minute Jordan Peterson video and basically counter every one of his points and then play it here and go through it, which, it's not really fair, because it's not like he's here to defend himself, but I got pretty far. I got like 3-4 pages of notes, but and then I just couldn't, much as before, I couldn't get through the entire thing. It just kind of made me feel sick to my stomach. But man, the number of times that he refers to himself as, he uses ad hominem on himself so much. Like he'll just say, I'm a clinical psychologist. I've seen this for years and years. I've seen this data. I'm an expert. That doesn't cut it, man. Got to do more than just claim to be an expert. And I understand he's published scientific papers, and I understand that he has been a clinical psychologist for a long time. Clinical psychologist. It is tangentially related to the realm in which he's claiming expertise. It is not the same thing. Anyway, and he's just so hostile. I guess he's not really like that anymore. I think he's chilled out a bit. I'll see you later, Misfit. Thank you for coming by. But yes, played through all of... Hey, Nick. Good to see you. Played through all of Call of the Sea. I was mildly disappointed. I wouldn't say that I hated the game. I might even recommend the game, depending on the kind of game that you like. It's not really the kind of puzzles that it had, or not the kinds of puzzles that I typically enjoy. I don't like a lot of abstract puzzles. I just don't. I like my imaginary worlds to feel like they're having some impact. Look at this thing. Do you see this? What's this one? That one? That one? You're going. Is it you? I don't want to pull out any unnecessary hairs. You're gone. Was that the right one? Shoot. I don't know. Gotta get out of this habit. What is it called when you sort of habitually pull your hair out? Tryptophanosis, or one of the trips, kind of like the turkey chemical. This is a great summation of Call of the Sea. If you like hand tattoos, not really accurate to a place, but Britishy accents, lots of black ooze, water, and what looked to me like vaguely like Polynesian sort of art. You might like Call of the Sea. If you like a choice thrown in at the very end of a game that allows you to get two slightly different cutscenes, then you might like Call of the Sea. If you like being presented with a bunch of geometric shapes and having them overlap and then having to exercise your spatial skills in overlapping those shapes in the correct way in order to open a door for reason, I don't know, magic, just magic, you might like Call of the Sea. If you like calling the love of your life your best buddy, your old pal, and you might like Call of the Sea. What else can I do? What other Jeff Foxworthy rip-offs can I do? I used to, one of the ways I know that I'm getting old, apart from just the increasing sense of ennui and sort of like pressure from everything around me and feeling like I'm slowly every day making like one more concession to death. It used to really tick me off when people would be like, well, that's not where that's from. You think this is from this reference made 10 years ago, but this was done 30 years ago. And I'd be like, shut up, old man. I don't give an F where that phrase came from. Now I'm the one like looking at it and being like, oh my gosh, these people think this originated with this, but really it originated with this. And then if you talk to someone 20 years older than me, they'd probably say, what, you think it originated with that? It really originated with this. Nothing ever fucking changes. Everything's always the same. Oh, that's what it is. I think it just came to me why I've been in this mood the past several days. You got to be careful what you consume. I have it on my shelf and well, it's not on my shelf right now, is it? I don't want to lie to you all. I have other bookshelves, but it's not in the bookshelf in this room. When I first read Conspiracy Against the Human Race, I was fucked up for a month or two. Really had trouble getting over. That book mostly cited secondary sources, and there were sources that I'd read before, but it put them together in such a way that it resonated with me, and I took that message with me longer and harder than I should have. So likewise, I'm in the middle of reading a book called Better Never to Have Been, The Harm of Coming into Existence, the irrevocable harm of coming into existence. And I don't think all of this antinatalist philosophy is doing my outlook much good. I don't think it's helping with my productivity while I'm here. And yet I find it hard to pull myself away from it. I'm currently reading a book called And Nietzsche wept. And Nietzsche wept, I think, by a renowned psychotherapist named Irving Yalom. And it imagines a hypothetical situation in which Sigmund Freud and Friedrich Nietzsche meet and talk and share ideas and sort of it's fiction, but it's loosely based on like some actual things that did happen, and sort of discusses the rise of psychotherapy, Freudian psychotherapy, and how Freud was, greatly influenced by Schopenhauer and Nietzsche. Hey, Carolyn, how are you doing? Isra, how are you doing? KJ, the other KJ, how are you doing? Am I this predictable? The thing is, now that you've written that, there was a mass shooting in Miami, but not just in Miami, in South Kendall, probably 2 or 3 blocks from where I spent my teenage years. So, how about that? I didn't talk about cameras. I skipped right to Miami. And I'm not going to talk about fascism. What can I talk about? Oh. Bet y'all don't see this coming. Ready? Trisha Paytas ended the Frenemies podcast yesterday. So, the Frenemies podcast will never get to episode 40. And I'm sure that they won't reconcile and start doing this again and then break up again and then get back together again, like some toxic business relationship, but one in which they profit from said toxicity. Imagine that. Imagine if you were in a toxic relationship with your partner and the rules were set up in such a way that you financially profited from that toxicity. Imagine that. It's hard enough, I don't know about toxic, but, just difficult relationships. But if that behavior were incentivized, what a nightmare. And I don't believe that it's staged. I do believe that one of the parties involved, no reason to say any names, is quite aware of the instability of the other party and was also quite aware that something like this would happen and would probably happen over and over again and would also be good for grist for the mill. So, you didn't think I was going to talk about frenemies, Butterfly Composer. I got you there. I put frenemies on the bingo card. Well, I can't fight destiny or predestiny. Oh, Israel, you're picking up your puppies. That's cute. I'll tell you what, Nick. The thing that I've wanted to do now, I'm looking for PS5 games, and so Ratchet and Clank is coming out tomorrow. I don't think that's a great game to stream. Fast-paced action platformer. I'll get tired quick. The frame rates are. It's not a great game for streaming. What my thoughts have been going back to now are, I really liked Resident Evil 7. So much so that I'd happily play through it again. especially after having played Resident Evil 8. I also loved Mass Effect 1 and 2. I didn't finish 3, and the Legendary Edition is out. So I am thinking about like maybe going back to some of those games to stream them. I'll tell you what else I did, and I directly blame you. I blame you. You're the reason now. I didn't go incognito either. So you all are the reason why in my browser history somehow there is Twitch hot tub streams, and why I went onto Twitch and searched for hot tub streams and watched one for about 30 seconds. Well, I watched a couple. Like I went between a couple because you couldn't really tell. And calling those things hot tubs, at least the things that I saw, it's stretching the definition a bit. They're like the ones I saw, inflatable hot tubs. Those things can't last. But yeah, it was basically just, a woman sitting in a hot tub with a bikini on, and she would occasionally get out of the hot tub and then get back into the hot tub. And everyone would be like, stand up, stand up. It's got to be like the lowest common denominator of entertainment that I've seen. I mean, even say what you will about, sort of sexualized ASMR. I think there's merit in that, as long as you're aware that that's what you're doing and you're aware that that's what your audience is interpreting what you're doing it as. But this was just like, I was even, the audience for this seems like, and here was the great thing. So I went to either 2 or 3 of them. The number's getting bigger, 2 or 3 or 4 of them. No, I went to 2 or 3 of them. But I went to one and it wasn't one. It was something else. It just presented itself as one. So, I click it and then it shows a blank screen and it just says, this stream is meant for mature viewers, 18 and up. Are you a mature viewer? And then you just click yes. You don't have to, like, at least back in my day, I remember way back when you had to prove your age, sometimes they would ask for your driver's license number. And a lot of people didn't know that your birth date, your birth year is hidden in your driver's license number. At least it was. Maybe that's not the case anymore. I should check that. I remember finding that out and being like, I can skirt these, enter your driver's license number. It gives you an idea of how long ago it was, because you would be entering your driver's license numbers on websites and you wouldn't really be afraid of fraud because that hadn't really developed yet. Anyway, so I'm wondering who the audience is for these streams, because and I talked about this a little bit during the gaming stream, but I don't see that it's even very titillating for anyone unless you're definitely too young to be watching it. So unless you're between the ages of 12 and 14, I even think at 15, like, it seems like that's not going to be your bag anymore. These streams seem explicitly targeted at young boys who have yet to experience, I guess, young boys, young people who are attracted to women, right? Who have yet to experience any of that. Because I can't imagine that's compelling for anyone who, if you've had a partner, if you've had experiences with other people, and not only that, just if you have access to much more explicit stuff, why are you going to want to watch this? Like, I'm tiptoeing around this a little bit because I don't want to slag it off too much. And these people are making money. And they're using this, hopefully, if they're smart, they're using this as a stepping stone into other arenas. They're not counting on just sitting in a hot tub for the rest of their life. And also, how long can you do that? Like, I can't be in a hot tub more than an hour. Anyway, so I guarantee you, Butterfly Composer, you did not think I was going to talk about frenemies and hot tub Twitch podcasts. Oh wait, why is everyone saying well done, everyone? What did I do? Oh, yes. Damn it! If you don't have a marble hot tub, and I want to see, champagne on the ledge. Oh God. Oh yeah, and Jessica's not here. Yeah, Jessica was Jessica the one that actually brought it up though? I don't remember that. Well, the BBC iPlayer is a pretty big stickler about IP addresses, though, aren't they? I can't watch the new season of Inside Number 9 because I don't have a UK IP. So I'm stuck waiting until the 22nd of June. Back in the day when you had to figure out games for yourself, right? This is what I'm talking about, Charles. Yeah, like you got to get raisin fingers. Well, but can I accurately source my VPN? I mean, I have a VPN blocker. I guess I can get a VPN scammer. It has to be, well, yeah, like it has to be made in France as well. Oh my gosh, people here don't know about frenemies. I guess I should be glad. Is it worth listening to? No. I would not advise anyone to listen to it. It is recycling. It's part of the garbage in, garbage out, drama created for drama's sake. If you enjoy that kind of stuff, like it can be a guilty pleasure, I think. The problem is once you start, it can be a rabbit hole. It's difficult to pull yourself out of, as I discovered when I watched The Circle. I did see this. It's about damn time that Reece Shearsmith and Steve Pemberton got recognized quite officially. What I have, in a not so legal way, I have seen a couple of the episodes of season 6, series 6, as the Brits would call it. And it does seem a little bit like they might be running out of steam. But I don't know. Like even series 5, there were, I think, like 2 episodes that really stood out to me. Like these were good, and really I could have done without the rest of them. But like the first 3 or 4 series, like they're top notch. They're all good. They're all still better than the worst. Inside Number 9 is 100 times better than the best Room 104. Which, for those of you who don't know, Room 104 is an HBO series by the Duplass brothers. I really don't get them at all. And it's basically, it's their half hour. Well, actually, I think Room 104 might be hour long. They're a half hour longer than they should be, certainly. And they're same thing. It's an anthology. It takes place in one room. It's a little different, right? Because all the Room 104 stuff takes place in the same hotel room, whereas Inside Number 9 is just always inside one location that is somehow associated with the number 9. I can't, by the way, if you haven't done that, do that. But I can't stress enough, those of you who have not seen Inside Number 9, man, we should watch Inside Number 9. Can we watch like some episodes of Inside Number 9 on Discord? That would be so much fun. Did anyone just see a fly go by? I thought I heard it. Wait a minute, was this actually created here? I assumed this is a reference to something that existed already. We got to make this phrase go viral. Dilphin. Who actually said it? We got to make sure that it's accredited. Credited to the proper accreditation. Dilphin. Yeah, Cody. Yeah. Well, that was mentioned, I think, in the game stream. Anytime there is a I'd love that. If other people haven't seen it, right? Like, I don't know if everybody has like seen it and we just basically be rewatching shit. But yeah, see, I'm not a fan of the Duplass brothers, but I understand. Creep was okay. And they're involved in a lot of stuff, but like something about him, Mark, I guess, the one who acts, something about his mannerisms or his face or something. I don't know what it is. I don't like his face. It makes me want to do things to it. It was Nico. All right. Okay. So a group effort, but, ultimately, Nico creating Dilphin. Oh, boy. Well, why in spirit, Sinaloon? Why not join Discord and be in on the watch party in Corpus? I don't know whose alt account is this. You're saying this is my alt account. You all got fooled. But I don't know whose alt account this is. Yeah, I guess I could see this. Not to me, but Room 104, I think it's like pretty uniformly bad. I think you pretty much flip the statistics when you compare Inside Number 9 and Room 104. In Inside Number 9, you probably have, out of 6 episodes, 4 of them are going to be very good. 2 of them maybe won't be so good. Room 104, I feel like they do a lot more in a season, but I think the proportions are pretty. In fact, I'm struggling to think of one that I've liked. Oh yes, there is one that I like. The woman inside the wall. I liked that one. I won't say any more about it. If you do want to watch Room 104, you do have HBO Max or something like that. Watch The Woman in the Wall. It's very kind of classic Twilight Zone-y, and I thought it was well done. Yep. This is my... Oh, I thought you were... What would a Dilphin sound like? Okay, you got that... I can't do the dolphin sound, but I guess a Dilphin would be... And exactly. Yeah. Although I watch old episodes of The Twilight Zone now. I've seen most of them, but they are a little dated, right? Like they're twists are a little dated. I think obviously Rod Serling was a genius. But after a certain amount of time, you see stuff so much, and it just influenced so much, and it infiltrated that culture so much, and then people built upon it. So you have all these people who had the advantage of seeing all the Twilight Zones making their stuff. Of course, when Twilight Zone was being made, Rod Serling did not have that benefit. So, I mean, it doesn't all hold up. Although the Librarian episode, Burgess Meredith, I think it's called The Librarian, something like that, or the Last Librarian, something like that. That's a great one. But a lot of the ones that people claim are great, like Terror at 30,000 Feet or whatever, the William Shatner one, and actually, To Serve Man is still good, I think. There's another one that people always cite, and it's escaping my brain at the moment. But some of those are just a little bit, well, I guess the whole point of Twilight Zone is it's gimmicky, but some gimmicks, last, and some don't. All the Time in the World, yes, that's the one. It's good. That's a good one. Burgess Meredith is just great. Hi, Maddie. How are you doing? This is good, KJ. A dolphin would sound like Beavis and Butthead, laughing in unison. I'm just noticing, KJ, that your avatar has tentacles next to you. That's lovely. Can you say a little more about that? Oh, yeah. I just know it's got Mulberry Street in the title. Everyone is like paranoid about their neighbors. That's a good one. Amy has monumental news. What's the news? Don't hold it back. We could use it. Feed us the news. I'm gonna wait here. If I just sat here and did nothing, I guess I could turn these up. It's not working. Oh, because I unplugged it. I'm an idiot. I didn't know that you were using a flip phone. That's probably, it would be more monumental news had I known that you were still using a flip phone, which I'm sure you probably said, but my brain is like a sieve. This may make a slight pop. Don't think it did. Did it? Did you all hear a slight pop just then? All right. So we got the silicone ears with the in-ear microphones. I wanted to find a way to secure these ears to some sort of tube. Ooh, we're getting phasing now. I can or something like it. I don't know exactly what you'd call it. Can't really be phasing, though, can it? Not for me. Going through in-ear monitors. All right, so I haven't, I'm not going to do the extravaganza giveaway tonight. I'm going to do it next week, if that's okay with everybody. I wish I knew them by name. I don't know this one. I mean, I probably do, but I don't know it by name. Let me pop up the old Ridge ad. Yeah, I'm just like in a weird space. Let's see if we can talk to somebody and get me out of my rut. And now it's hot in here. If only I were in a hot tub. And my hair is a mess and my life is a mess. Oh, this is the one I don't like, Butterfly Composer. Eye of the Beholder, the one where they're all like messed up looking and they're all telling the person that they're messed up looking, but they look like a normal human or whatever. That's the one I don't really go for. People choose what to look like in the young one resistant. Actually, I don't think I've seen that one. Yeah. There's a thunderstorm a little while ago. Still maybe a little bit, you might hear it. High five, Colorful Dreams. Can we high five on that camera? A little better. Okay, Q. Q is going to come on. I know something about Q's appearance that maybe some other people do not know. Let's see here. Because I've started using Moroccan argan oil in my hair instead of coconut oil. I find it controls it better. I am going to watch that episode. And I see Q's email. I just got to I'm going to find the thing, send the thing. It's strange to say, but there are some UX elements that PCs do better than Macs. I know, it sounds crazy. You know what I'm going to try doing? Because this light is annoying me. Is this okay? It gives me a little more moodiness, which I think honestly, like I feel so much better without that blue light on me. The corner of my eye, triggering a migraine. Anyway. Yeah, so yes, Q's appearance, it is a hair update. Or I think it is. I don't even know if it's something that will be visible. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything. That's a great name for any Android device, Marvin. I'm guessing a lot of them get that. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Katarina. Or Katharina. Forgetting how to say that. Your sister got a new job. best gift? I mean, if she needed it, then yes, of course it is. But yeah, happy birthday. I would ask your age, but we don't say ages here if we can avoid it. Okay. Aw, man. Q, you're wearing a hat. Okay. It's your obviously it's your prerogative to you all ready? Say hi to Q. I like to make a thing out of it. Like have like a little bit of build up. Play the triangle. Is that, oh shoot. Nah, that's no good. There we go. That's better. That's better. Please welcome Q.
Hello.
Hi, Q. How are you doing?
Good. Yeah, I'm wearing a hat because my hair is a disaster. So.
Oh, because I saw a picture of it where it looked great.
Yeah, where I looked like the dude from a flock of seagulls.
Yeah, but that was the intent, right? I mean, that was.
I it just happened. Yeah.
Well, I thought it looked great, but obviously, yeah. I'm sorry for talk. I don't know if you wanted to avoid talking about it.
No,
but
it's all good.
Hey, I recognize those headphones.
Yeah.
And wait a minute, how did you have a microphone attachment? Oh, that has nothing to do with the headphones. That just has to do with the. Wait, no, it does.
That's hooked into the headphones. Yeah, I got an adapter where the headphone cord goes, and then I got a mic.
Okay.
And I made it a headset.
Okay, but that's not. It's not sold that way. I guess I.
No, it's not. That's not how it's designed.
Yeah.
I did that myself.
How have you been?
Yeah, I've been pretty good. I mean, I'm a little stressed out right now because stuff's going on. I'm buying a house, so that's pretty stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But very exciting, right? Like, I mean, that's
Yeah.
Something to be very proud of. What is this something that you've been kicking around for a while, or is, like what possessed you to?
I don't know. My mom just bought her first house, and I realized that buying a house is not as impossible as it seems. And so I was just thinking about buying a house, and then my landlord raised my rent, so I was like, yeah, it's time to leave, because they say they do annual rent raises.
Right.
And I can't afford that, so yeah.
So have you found the house, or are you like, where are you in the process?
I am closing on the house next Friday.
So that's it. Wow.
Yeah.
So all the approvals, everything's done, everything's taken care of. It's just got to sign the papers, and they hand you the key.
Pretty much.
And you'll be a homeowner.
Yeah, it's crazy. It really is.
Is the house? I forget if you live near your mom or not.
My mom lives in Wisconsin, but we live about an hour apart.
Okay.
And I'm in Iowa, so.
So the house that you bought has nothing to do. Your work is all remote, right?
Yeah, so that's another thing I'm a little stressed out about is, so we've been remote for the last year, and they just sent out a notice saying that mid-September they want people to start working half in office, half at home, and I really don't want to do that, so I'd rather just stay at home. So I'm going to try to make a case to my boss that I don't need to be in the office.
What is the benefit, if I understand what your job is correctly, what is the benefit of being in the office?
There is no benefit of being in the office. I mean, maybe there's less technical issues when people are in the office because, you're hooked up to the company's Wi-Fi, so your Wi-Fi is not going to drop. And also, there's people there in case something happens. Because some of my the people on my team are older and they're not tech literate. So, when we were all in the office, it would be like,
When you say
oh, I
older,
don't
you
know
mean
what
like
to
30?
No, I mean in their 60s.
Okay.
Yeah. But they, if something happened, they don't know what happened, I could just jump on and fix it. But I can still call them over Microsoft Teams and look at their screen and fix the problem anyway. So there's really no benefit to being in the office. The update they sent us where they proposed this, they basically said the main reason they want us back in office is so that they can start doing tours again where potential clients come in and see our call center. And
Gosh.
That's such a stupid reason. Like,
It's performative.
it's nonsense. Like, and also they plan those in advance so they could just have
Do it
people
on.
come in on the days that they're having clients come in.
When I worked at I partnered at like a startup for like a small game company when we were doing like the Agatha Christie games and stuff. And the days when people from publishers would come visit our office, we would literally have our friends come in and like sit at desks. So it looked like we had more people working there than we did because we only had like maybe a dozen people there. But we wanted to make it look like we had at least 20. So it was like that whole kind of thing is just like, I mean, you have a good track record, you get the work done, or you don't, right? Like seeing the office, I guess I feel like that's one of those things that maybe the pandemic might have caused to just kind of be like, well, we don't do things that way anymore. We don't care about that anymore. But I guess not. I guess that's not the case.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, my work is also in early sort of discussions about possibly not being remote anymore, and I have feelings about that.
Yeah.
Probably very similar to yours. So yeah, that is very stressful.
Yeah.
And if you said there's a good amount of people there who are older, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would think that would be more problematic for them even.
Yeah, well, a couple of our employees on my team have like health issues and they really can't travel like at all right now. And it's like, are you really going to make them come into the office? They can't. Yeah. So.
That's no good.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to start working Wednesday nights. That's starting next week?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to have to go back to working Wednesday nights. So I don't know when I changed my schedule so I could be off for this, but before that I worked until 9, and that's what I'm going to go back to doing. So I'll be at work the entire time the stream's going, but I'll be watching. It's just I won't be, as presently there because I'll still be working.
That's a bummer.
Yeah. Unless...
Give me your boss's number. I mean, can I...
People in the server suggested that I tell them that I have a second job that I have to do on...
I don't know if that would go over so well. But, So one of those is bad stress, right? But one of those sources is good stress. So,
Yeah.
And you're happy with the house and you're drinking Coke, although it looks like vanilla Coke.
Vanilla Coke is the best Coke, other than Mexican Coke. Mexican Coke's the best Coke.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree that a Mexican... Well, I don't know if I agree that anymore. I don't know. I could take it more or leave it. The thing is, I do like the taste of Mexican Coke better, but I enjoy the metallic taste of a can over a bottle, which I'm sure is an acquired sort of problem that I have. Not in no way am I saying that it's objectively better to have a metallic tasting beverage, but for me it is. So Friday you sign the papers, which means you move in Friday.
No, I'm not gonna move in until the following Saturday, just because I still need to pack and, also, so for the house, I'm actually getting a loan from the city to help pay for it, And with that, and I'm buying the house as is, so since I'm getting a loan from the city, the house has to be up to code, and I have like a list of 32 things I need to do to bring the house up to code. A lot of it's just like drywall stuff and stuff like that, but so I have to do that kind of stuff too. That has to be done.
Is some of that stuff that you can do yourself?
I can't do any of it, but my realtor's husband is going to help out, and also my dad's going to help out. So we should be able to get everything done except for one thing that needs to be done by an electrician and one thing that needs to be done by a plumber. But we should be able to get everything else done ourselves.
Yeah, I think you're making a smart move there. My memories of getting houses up to code, or like house ownership and putting sweat equity in, right, was that ultimately it made it feel like more like it was your house even, right? Like, I mean, obviously you buy it, it's your house, but made it feel even more like, oh, I did that, right? Like
Right.
very sort of satisfying feeling. You don't get that kind of satisfaction if you're fixing someplace you're renting.
Right.
In fact, you might resent the fact that the landlord didn't do it or get it done. So I think you're gonna. You're gonna be your first house, I'm guessing. Right?
Yeah, this is my first house. Yep.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
It's a 30-year mortgage.
Yep, 30-year mortgage, and then the loan from the city is 35-year. So, and no interest for that one.
So for the loan from the city, do you pay back monthly just like the mortgage? Is it kind of bundled together, or is it a separate thing?
So I'll have to pay the city directly separately, but it's also deferred for the first 5 years, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, that is nice. That's great, Q. I'm very happy for you. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Are we gonna get like pictures and stuff?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's not a very big house or anything. I don't know. It's not like super cool. It's just a house.
Yeah, but it's yours, so that sort of makes it super cool. Like just period. And is it? So it's very close to where you are now. So if you had to go into work, your commute would be tolerable. The commute would not be what you'd be upset about.
Yeah, the commute wouldn't be bad. It'd probably still be like 10 minutes, which isn't bad.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I ever told you, back in Miami, literally had like a 2-hour commute. It was horrible.
That's
But
with traffic,
DC, the
right?
commute was horrible too. Commutes can be nightmares.
Yeah.
But wow, I'm really happy for you. I mean, I think that's really, really cool. There's a lot of, I hope that you're able to come to some kind of accord with your boss as far as having to go back into the office.
Yeah.
Because I could see that just,
Hoping so.
I mean, I would think that stress would even affect your performance, like, or people's performance. Like
Yeah. There's no reason to work in the office, and it's just some of my coworkers that are in the office right now, they just I don't they do stuff that's kind of annoying, like when they get a call and it's like just having like a mini temper tantrum when they have to take calls, which is our job. So I think that
Wait.
would definitely get on my nerves real fast.
You have people who get upset when they have to take calls.
Yes.
Well, what are they doing when they're not taking calls?
So we have calls and then we have emails that pop up on our screen. But whenever we're not doing one of those two things, we're just sitting available, which means we're doing nothing. Yeah.
So these are people who prefer to just do email communications?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I know I prefer to do the emails more, but yeah, I mean, in between calls and emails, we don't do anything. So, yeah.
And how much of your day would you say that you aren't doing anything?
I don't know. We've been busier lately. I would say at least about altogether when I work like a 10-hour shift, I would say at least probably like 2 hours of that total are just sitting
Waiting
available
for
doing
something to
nothing.
come in.
But yeah, that's in the span of like, maybe a 5-minute gap between calls, added up together over 10 hours.
Right. And that you get paid for that regardless. It's not like they only
Yeah,
pay
we
you
get
when
we get paid for being there. So
Okay.
if we're not getting calls, we're still getting paid. Though if we're not getting enough calls,
send
since
you home or
I'm
something.
yeah, we have we send people home voluntarily. We do that. So sometimes I have to send people home if we're too slow, which thankfully I don't have to do right now because some people are like, no, I need the hours, and it's like I have to send somebody home. Yeah.
Because you're a team lead, right, or something like that.
Yeah, I'm a traffic manager, but it's like being a team lead. Yeah.
So that must be rough. Like sometimes if you're the forces that be say you have to send someone home, and everyone's like, please don't send me home. I need the hours or whatever, and then you
Yeah.
gotta kind of bring the axe down on somebody, right?
Pretty much. I mean, generally it's not a problem. For the most part, we have people that are usually willing to go home early if we need to. So that makes it a lot easier. But yeah, I don't like to send people home
If they don't
I
want to
don't
go.
think there's a reason. Yeah, if they don't want to go.
Well, Q, was there something you wanted to talk about apart from that? I don't want to.
I don't have anything in particular. I mean, I could show off the vinyls, but I think you know what those look like, and I posted some pictures in the server. So
Can I ask which ones you're referring to? What are you talking about?
Planes that cast a
Oh,
beam,
yeah.
and I'll mess up the other one, but the one with the bugs on it.
Entomological discoveries of sound and vibration, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I'd be kind of interested in seeing the entomological discoveries one. I'm curious which one you got because they were all very bespoke, right?
Yeah.
They were all kind of handmade. So I guess I'm just curious. Like, what color vinyl was the one you got?
I specifically sought out the white vinyl.
Oh, those wear out faster, apparently. Apparently.
Well, I don't have a record player. So
There you go. But yeah, that's just what I hear. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you want to grab that and we can make fun of it if it's
yeah,
nearby.
I can go get it. I will be right back. I'm gonna move my camera.
Well, here, I'll take you off and then put you back on if you want. How about that?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. All I can do is hang up on you. I can't.
Okay.
Wait,
I'll
can
just move my camera.
Yeah, because I can't. I would have to hang
Okay.
up on you to get you.
You're just gonna see my desk.
Okay.
Nothing, I guess.
Yeah. All right, just going to get the entomology here, and I'll get mine. Right here. This is very self-centered. This seems very. Oh, I didn't close mine right, so it's not going to look right. But I am curious because, different people were doing these and sort of putting them together. So there's an element of uniqueness to each of them. But while she's looking for it, yeah, the writing extravaganza we'll do next week. And just to remind everybody, it is. Wait a minute, I got to remind myself now. Jesus, this is very sad. It's $200 to somebody. Here we go. You don't need all this. Yeah, $200 to the winner, and then $100 to 3 runner-ups. I believe that's what it is, and they are chosen completely at random. So, and what gets read, I would like to do something. I know we were talking about doing something where maybe we would have some people reading out, like calling in and reading out either their stories or someone else's stories. I think that'd be great. I'd love that. But the only thing we need there is we need consent from the person whose story we're talking about, that they're okay with it being read by someone else, or if they want to read it, or if they don't want it read, or if they don't want it attributed to them, and we could read it out without saying who it's from. Let's see what we got here. Oh, Q is back. I got mine, Q. Whoops.
Nice. Yeah, we match.
Oh, not really though. Look at how much more
This is
goop you got on
plastic.
yours.
Yeah, this one has a lot.
That's a lot of goop.
I know. Yeah, I thought the same thing. A lot of it.
Wow.
What is this?
I think it
What
was
is
like coffee mixed with some kind of resin or something like that.
Yeah.
In fact, mine has none, which means I probably took one that like before it went through that process. Although I have a couple. Like, is that goop everywhere?
It's just on the plastic sleeve.
Oh, so it's not on the paper at all. Oh,
No.
I'm an idiot. I had it on backwards. So the goop was on the back for me. Let's see. This is a long time ago. This is like 23 years ago.
Yeah, it's almost as old as me.
Wow. That's crazy to think about. And you can tell this was like printed like just by a dot matrix printer. The black printing. Now I can't even get it to go back in. Once you open it, it's kind of a mess.
Yeah, it's kind of
It all falls apart.
makes me nervous to touch it too much.
Yeah, because, one day it'll be worth whatever what'd you pay for it? $3? $4?
For this? No, I think I paid like $50.
What?
Yeah. I could look. I think I paid 30 or 40 a piece.
Shit. That's crazy. I would have... Well, actually, I don't think I have more than one of these. I can't even get this thing back on without screwing up, but there is goop. Here's the goop.
Okay.
Imagine that goop there. It's about the same as yours, probably.
Yeah, I think I have more.
You still have more goop. Yeah, you look like you got more goop. But yeah, the guy that was in charge of the sort of label, as we called it, would do all of these. He was always drawing, or he would create. So what you're seeing are like drawings of bugs, but they're made out of like metal. So he would make the sculptures, and then after the sculptures were made, he would draw them. So even though these are drawings, they are actually based on sculptures that he had done. And the flip side of that is a band called Floor, who actually got like some acclaim, and most of those guys.
Torch, right?
Yeah, and then turned into Torch, who, if you're into sludge metal, which I wouldn't even really call them sludge metal, but that's sort of the genre they're lumped in with, and they tend to tour with those bands quite a bit. Whoops, I meant to turn this off. Where is this? There's gotta be a better way to do this. Well, I'm sorry you paid that much for it.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, so here's the vinyl.
That is white vinyl. Yeah.
Yep.
And it's got a cricket on one side, and then there's a praying mantis, or I guess maybe it's a cricket on both sides. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's a cricket. Yeah, I think it's a cricket on both sides.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, I brought over Planes That Cast a Gloom also.
That's a 10-inch.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, vinyls have generally the traditional sizes are 7-inch and 12-inch. There's also a 10-inch, which would be kind of like an EP. 7-inch would usually be like a single, one song on each side. 10-inch, maybe you could get 2 songs on each side. And then obviously a 12-inch would be a full length. So 10 inches is kind of unusual. There's not a lot of 10 inches, 10-inch vinyl. But we didn't have enough material for a 12-inch. Lexi's significant other is on a sludge metal kick. Acid bath. Oh boy. Yeah, you got to turn it up really loud or you're not going to, get the full effect. You said you had the other one, Q? Is that?
Yep, I'm just taking it out. It's in plastic. All right, here we go.
Yeah, so that's silk screened. That's silk screened onto the front. And it looks like your tissue paper is like either really flat or gone and all that's left is like an imprint. Is there like
no,
tissue
that's
paper?
tissue paper.
Okay, so that is still tissue paper. I wondered if it had kind of melded to the. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I remember, doing the silk screens for those. That was fun. It was very much a DIY thing, and there were a few bands that were doing it with this label, which was a couple of brothers who had rented out some warehouse space in South Kendall. And there would be shows there, like art shows. There were music shows there, like almost every weekend, if not every weekend, every other weekend. It was just kind of a cool place to hang out. They had a recording studio. Is that even? Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the Galvez brothers. That's the. So. Some people probably know that it says drums recorded by Mike Boudet. He went on to steal my girl. Well, he dated my ex, and then he founded a podcast called Sword and Scale. I think it's like one of the top crime podcasts. I think it's one of like the top 5 crime podcasts. But then I think it ended because he got accused of inappropriate behavior, which is not surprising at all, because that guy is a piece of shit. But that's very cool. Thank you for showing it. It's supposed to be a fighter jet.
Yeah.
So you'll note there it says 33 and 45. So you actually have to play.
Flipped, I think.
What's that?
I think they're actually like wrongly labeled though. That's what the notes.
Oh, does it? Does it say that they were? I know there was one side that you had to play back at 30. It's 33 rotations per minute, and one side you had to play back at 45. But maybe we mislabeled them.
Yeah, I think they're.
Oh boy. Chels is wondering where you found them. Where was it? eBay? Was it?
So there is a website called Discogs. And it's mostly for buying and selling vinyl, but they also sell CDs there as well. That's where I got the Ed Mattis's Struggle self-titled CDs as well. That's where I got that. Yeah.
So Discogs, I think I'm familiar with it.
Yeah, it's also like a database kind of website too.
Right.
So has a lot of information. That's where it says Scott, actual relative of Madonna Nixon.
Yeah, that's for another.
Yeah, that
That
was
was
for
on
a
a
floor
floor
thing.
recording, I think, that I was.
Yeah,
Uh,
and that's how I found a kite as a victim. That's how
yeah,
I found that through that website. So, yeah, there. Now you know my secrets.
those were heady days. Those were. I was like your age then. It was. I certainly wasn't buying a house. Cute.
Yeah. Well,
I had no money at all. There was for a time there for a couple of years was touring, and that was pretty much my only job. I would pick up like side jobs when we were home.
mhm.
Um, yeah, that was also around the time that I did my stint on the commune and all that. All that stuff happened around then.
Wild
That was
time.
an interesting, yeah, 5 or 6 years, formative in a bunch of ways, I guess.
Yeah. Did you ever tour in the Midwest?
We never went much further west than like the Great Lakes, like that's when we would go up, we would kind of do like a triangle. We'd go up the East Coast to, I think the furthest north we ever got was Boston, probably maybe a little bit further, and then we'd come kind of down to the west, hit like, Wisconsin, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
um,
that's the Midwest.
yeah, and then kind of cut down across, going back and through Ohio
Yeah.
to hit like Cleveland and Dayton,
Mhm.
and then head down towards like St. Louis or something like that. Like, we never went through Texas or anything, I don't think.
Right.
But that was pretty much. I mean, that was when you would just call up places and be like, "Hey, can we play?" There was a manual called "Book Your Own Fucking Life." You would just would just have all the phone numbers and addresses of all these clubs, and if you had friends or knew people, unfortunately, one of the people in the band I was in like basically knew everybody, to the point where whenever we'd go into a city, it'd be like, "Oh, we're staying at my friend's house," right? You'd have a friend in every city.
Nice.
Um, yeah, so that helped out a lot. um,
Yeah.
so yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. Where in Wisconsin did you guys play? Was it like Madison or
No, I want to
Milwaukee?
say. I'll tell you something. Hold on, let me check something here. Is Poughkeepsie in Wisconsin?
Uh, I'm not familiar with it, but it could be like north. I don't think that's Wisconsin though.
Hold on, I'm trying to. So Chicago, yes. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we didn't. Maybe we would only go as far as like Chicago, um,
Yeah, that makes sense.
and then Michigan. Hold on, let me see. Where is? No, Poughkeepsie's New York. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Kalamazoo. I think
Ca- Uh,
there's
I
a
don't know
there's a
places.
city that had like a ridiculous name that we played.
Okay, let me think. What's the name of the one that everyone gets wrong in Wisconsin?
Let's see
Oh
if
my god, I can't remember. Waukesha? No. Yeah,
Kalamazoo is
Waukesha.
Michigan. Sorry,
Mm.
it might have been Michigan. I think it might have been Michigan. I just remember there was one city that we went to, um, and it was a very sleepy, small city. And after the show, we got like invited to this party, and we went to it, and it was the most insane party I think I've ever been to. Um, and on reflection, I was just like, oh wow. So like in these smaller cities, they don't have an outlet. So when they party, they really, really party. I mean, it was.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I grew up in a smaller town in Wisconsin. Well, it was a college town, but a lot of people make meth there because there's nothing to do. So, that's just how it goes.
That was never my thing. Although there was definitely a lot of ecstasy and a lot of pot and a lot of a fair amount of the thing you should never ever do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do remember having like a God, should I say this? I remember having like a contest to see who could score quickest, who could land a certain drug the quickest.
Yeah.
And there was one of us who very much looked the part, and he always was the first because I'm pretty sure people just like saw him and came up to him and was like, "Hey, do you want to, offering to sell him stuff?" Anyway, yeah, I don't want to get any more into that
Yeah.
than I just did.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So part of the reason I paid a little more for these vinyls was because they came with stickers. So here's the sticker.
Oh yeah,
From
I remember
Space.
that. It's like someone
And I'm
asleep
gonna-
with a bird on their back or something, and there's people. Yeah, yeah, I remember that. That's cute.
And then I'm gonna move my camera so I can show you.
Okay.
Let's see how I do. But I've got. Oh my God, you can't see anything.
You got USB ports. Oh, there you go.
This
Yes.
is-
Yeah, very
this
familiar
is on
with
my
that
computer.
one. Yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, it
I think
matches.
that's on one of my
the,
guitar cases still.
Self-titled.
Oh, that is a cool walk down memory lane. Q.
Mhm.
Thank you. That's what I mean when I say you Nardwar me. Like that's.
I still don't know what that means.
Well, you got just search Nardwar, the human serviette. You can watch
Okay.
one of his interviews, and he just kind of like surprises people with bits of their past. And like they're expecting the typical kind of interview questions like,
Right.
how did you get into music? Or and instead he'll be like, do you remember this bunny? And they'll be like, what? Your father gave you this bunny when you were 8 years old. And they'll be like, oh my God, that's my bunny. How did you get my bunny? And they'll break down and have a big emotional moment. It could be very funny. A lot of the good ones are really good. But yeah, I appreciate that, Q. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, I will let you go, and hopefully you are not forced to go into the office anytime soon. And
Yeah, I hope not.
hopefully your signing of the papers goes off without a hitch.
Yeah, I'm hoping so.
Keep us updated. Oh, have you ever seen Inside Number 9?
Nope, I've never seen it. I almost forgot. So we can definitely watch that. I would say probably a majority of the people in the server probably haven't seen it. So if you want to do that, we can watch specific episodes. You just gotta let me know which ones, and I can get copies of them and play them.
So well, we can talk about this offline. I'll arrange it offline. They are legal up to Series 5. You can see them, but I just don't know if the software that is used is compatible with that. We can talk about that offline though. But yeah, that'd be great. That'd be fun to set that up if people are interested. I don't want to be pushing something on people if they're not interested in it.
Right.
All right. Talk to you later and have a good night, Q.
Yeah. See you
Thank
later.
you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was cool. It got me nostalgic. Fleglo, good night. Nostalgic for a time that I while it was going on, I wasn't very happy. That's the thing about life, kiddies. How many people have said now you don't know the good old days until they're gone. The good old days aren't really all that good. But anyway, Vinyl and drug use. Oh, this is good, Nick. Good suggestions, but no, I think it was Kalamazoo. And I remember being like, why are we going to Kalamazoo? Like, what kind of place is Kalamazoo? Why are we even going up there? Why are we driving the extra 4 hours or whatever? I remember going to playing Smith College up in Massachusetts. I think where's Smith? I think it's in Massachusetts. And swimming in a river and getting so sick, like super high fever, within a day or two of swimming in that river. Don't put your head underwater when you're swimming in a river. Good thing I didn't get a brain amoeba or anything. Well, no, I mean, this is what I'm saying is that, it surprised me, I was wrong. So I should have not taken that approach. This is not working. I can't get this to work. I need a subject and I need motivation. I need to be hyped. And it's not working tonight. What are we going to do? Has anyone in the chat seen Inside Number 9? Chels, I'm guessing Chels has. But I wonder if anyone else has. Will this make me feel better? It's not going to make anyone else feel better. Can I repeat what I was saying about the stories while you were gone? The stories. Oh, just that we'll do that next week. And I want to try and do something where we're reading each other's stories, as long as everybody is good with that. Yes, Battlefield 2042. I saw their article about it not being a political statement. Whatever. That's just, to me, that's weak, right? It's just like, that feels very weak to me. I mean, you're not going to talk about how the world ended, or why it ended. You're just going to kind of, oh man, I'm just not in it tonight, I think. Well, so somebody would call in, and I would send them a copy of someone's story who was okay with their story being read. And then they would read out the story. The alternative was I was going to read some of the stories, and I'm sure I will. Hey, Grace, how are you doing? Grace was the first story that I got. The first submission I got was from Grace. So But yeah, this was just something that was being discussed in the Discord channel, Discord server, a channel on the Discord server. Was reading others' stories out loud. Yeah. I am sorry, but I am so not feeling this tonight that I feel like I gotta end the stream. I am not in a good mood. I didn't want to cancel. Like, I was thinking of canceling, and I was like, no, you can't cancel. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. But I am just not feeling it. And I apologize to everybody. And I will try to make up for it next week. But hey, I learned something. I cannot get into a flow. It does not work for me. But anyway, I appreciate Q calling in and trying very hard and doing a very good job to sort of kickstart or sort of revitalize things. But I'm just not feeling it tonight. But I still love you all. So I will hopefully see you all soon. And I hope you all have a good night. I'm sorry if you just joined. All right. We'll talk later.